Call this meeting to order. Today is Tuesday, August the 4th. We are at Kinston City Hall, 207 East King Street. Regular meeting time, 5:30 p.m. This meeting will be held in person and live stream on YouTube channel at the City of Kinston, available for viewing on KTV, the local government channel 2. At this time, we'll have Councilmember Aiken to lead us in prayer.
Please stand. Our Father, which art in heaven, we thank you for this day, another day's journey. Thank you for your grace and mercy. We ask you to embolden this city council with the wisdom and knowledge to conduct the business for the citizens of Kinston, North Carolina. Lord, we ask a special prayer for the sick and the shut-in, the bereaved families that lost their loved ones. Bless our staff, bless our military. We ask these things in the most precious name, Jesus, amen.
Please remain standing for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Madam Clerk, can you have a roll call, please?
Councilmember Seaforth. Present. Councilmember Hargitt.
Present.
Councilmember Lipford.
Present.
Councilmember Aiken.
President.
Okay, all present accounted for. At this time, if a council member wishes to revise the agenda, the motion to add or delete an item to the agenda will be entertained before the adoption of the agenda. At this time, we entertain a motion to adopt the agenda.
Mr. Mayor, I don't really want to change the agenda, but I just want to maybe on the manager's report, could he give us an update on the changes for citizens' comment? I got a lot of response, people calling about citizens' comment, so if you can reiterate on that, why the changes. Okay, thank you.
Okay, at this time, entertain the motion to adopt the agenda.
Motion.
Motion by Councilmember Hardy, the second. Second by Councilmember Lipford. All in favor, vote by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed have the same right. Seeing none, motion carried. This time we move on to minutes, adoption of the minutes for the meeting of Tuesday, July 21st, 2026. At this time, we entertain a motion. Motion by Councilmember Aiken. Second.
Second.
Second by Councilmember Hardy. All in favor, vote by saying aye. Aye. All opposed have the same right. Seeing none, motion carried. Move on down to the action agenda. Item number 1, to consider the approval of the annual settlement of property taxes collected for fiscal year 2025 to 2026. Ms. Donna Goodson.
Thank you, Mayor. The North Carolina statute requires that the city prepare an annual settlement of property taxes collected in the prior year. The purpose of the settlement is to report to the City Council the amount the Lenoir County tax collector was charged to collect and the amount that has been collected on each year's taxes with which the tax collector has been charged, as well as the amount remaining uncollected. The 25-26 collections reported in the settlement is 96.94%. The prior year settlement reflected a collection rate of 98.47%, which is a 1.53% decrease in collections. We have attached the memorandum from the Lenoir County tax collector, a report of insolvents, and the annual settlement for 25-26. The list of persons whose taxes for the prior fiscal year remain unpaid are available at the Lenoir County Tax Office for review. I'm asking that you approve the attached resolution to accept the annual tax settlement of Lenoir County. I'd also like to make a comment that there was, it was brought to our attention through some media that there was a discrepancy on the collection percentages in our report, where our report shows 96.94%. But on page 2 of the Commissioner's annual settlement report is reporting a 96.97%. And when I researched the difference, I spoke with Lori English of the tax office in Lenoir County, and she in turn called the software company. And the reason for the difference is that the Commissioner's annual settlement report actually reduces the adds the releases to the taxes paid as opposed to reducing the tax levied. And so that's why there's a difference in the percentage. But what we report is actually correct, because we do not consider the releases to be an additional payment. We consider it to be a reduction of the levy. So I'm happy to answer any other questions.
Okay, this time, any questions from the council? Any questions from the council? Okay, at this time, we entertain a motion to consider the approval of the annual settlement of property taxes collected for fiscal year 2025 to 2026. Is there a motion?
Motion.
Motion by Councilmember Seaforth. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Councilmember Hardy. All in favor, vote by saying aye. Aye. All opposed have the same right. Seeing none, motion carried. Item number 2, consider the approval request to hold a public hearing on Tuesday, September 1st, 2026, regarding the renaming of Springhill Street as Maceo Parker Way. Steve Miller.
Thank you, Mayor. I received a request from the mayor about considering renaming Springhill Street as Maceo Parker Way after the great musician that we have in Kinston. So we are starting that process. The first step in that process is to schedule a public hearing to consider that change and allow anybody to come and speak for or against it. In addition to that, we also request approval of the name by Lenoir County. They handle addressing in the county. They really look for discrepancies that could cause issues for emergency services when we're trying to respond to addresses. So they have already reviewed that at my request, and they did not find any discrepancies. So from that front, it would be fine to change the name. If we do move forward with having the public hearing, the next steps will be notification to the property owners. We also notify the United States Post Office. We'll let them know. As I said, Lenoir County has already been notified, so we'll provide those notifications. Once we set the public hearing date, we will include that in the notices. Then we will hold the public hearing. If council at the end of the hearing decides to move forward with changing the name of the street, they can take that action at that time on the 1st. After that, we would need time to be able to provide notifications to the owners of the properties as well as to, again, the county and the post office about changing it. I would suggest we would make it the name effective about 30 days after any vote to change the name to give that time. People that own properties along the street, which for this street, there's only 3 properties with Springhill addresses. One of those is a vacant lot owned by the city. 2 of those are privately owned. But if it is moved forward with the change of the name, then those folks would need to go through a process to change their addresses wherever they have accounts that use that address. So that would be something they would need to work through. So allowing them that period to make those changes would benefit them. So that is what we were recommending tonight. So if council does support making these changes, I'm requesting council set a public hearing date of September 1st to hold the hearing. Is there any questions? Be glad to answer them.
Thank you, Steve. Any questions from the council this time?
I would just like to say it'd be a great honor to honor Mr. Maceo Parker. We have an organization called the Afro-American Heritage Commission. One of our first music festivals, the funk festivals, we honored Maceo Parker. We helped him get the North Carolina Heritage Award, Music Heritage Award, and there's a mural on the old Super 10 on the side of him. So he's brought a lot of attention to the city of Kinston. James Brown used to walk the streets of Kinston with him. So we say that the funk sound is the Kinston sound because it's one of his band directors was Nathaniel Jones. He co-wrote the song "I Feel Good" by James Brown. So Kinston has about 7 members that perform with James Brown. So every year we honor a different one. We're at our 9th year this year, but so it'll be indeed a pleasure to name a street after him. Thank you.
Thank you, Sam. Anybody else?
Mr. Mayor, I'll make a motion that we have a public hearing on September the 1st for the Maceo Parker.
Okay, it's been properly motioned by Councilmember Hardy that we have a public hearing on September 1st for.
Second.
And it's been seconded by Councilmember Lipford. All in favor, vote by saying aye. Aye. All opposed have the same right. Seeing none, motion carried. Thank you, Steve. All right, moving on to item number 3, to consider the approval of purchase of 8 vehicles. Chief Goyette.
Good evening. I put together a short PowerPoint. I'm a visual learner. I just assume everybody else is, so I just wanted to make it a little bit easier. Uh, We're going to discuss replacing 8 vehicles. As you recall, in May of this past year, when we were able to do our budget requests, kind of already presented this, but I just kind of want to go through and kind of go through it again. If I can get it to work. All right. So what we're asking for is to replace 8 damaged or unoperation of vehicles. This purchase is within the North Carolina statewide term contract within the category B and H. The overall total is $497,901. That does include $115,000 for the upfitting of all the vehicles. 2 of those vehicles are K-9 vehicles. Those vehicles are a little bit more expensive because you have to put the K-9 protection, the hot and pop software in there. What that is whenever, if the vehicle were to turn off, the doors would open up, the windows would come down, sirens would go off, and the blue lights would activate. We actually did a trial test on that last week and sent it to our officers to make them aware if they do see that in the back parking lot, that's what that is. It's about $22,000 to upfit a K-9 police car. 6 of those vehicles are Ford Explorers and 2 are pickup trucks. The Ford Explorers will come from Deacon Jones from Clinton, and the 2 pickup trucks will come from Hendricks in Raleigh. Again, the overall cost is $497,901, which is in the budget. The vehicles that are being replaced, it's kind of hard to see, but they range between 13 years and 19 years altogether, roughly 135,000 miles to over 200,000 miles. It's very important that we have a steady fleet of vehicles, as we discussed in the May City Council meeting, and I believe this is a great plan moving forward between 8 and 12 vehicles per year. At this time, I'd just like to request approval to move forward with making these purchases, and I'd be more than happy to answer any questions that the council may have.
Okay, thank you, Chief. This time, any questions from the council?
No, Mr. Mayor, I don't have a question, just want to make a statement.
Okay,
This here, funding was voted on during our budget time. This is not additional amount of money being spent by the city. There've been some questions from the community why we spent an additional $407,000, but it's not additional, it was in the original budget for this year. So I just want to make that clear to the public.
thank you for that clarification. Anything else from the council?
Follow up on what he was saying is the 497,000 was from the budget that was approved. A lot of people ask me, why are we giving the police department $497,000 again? We're not giving it again. It's just it goes over the approval budget of the city manager, and we have to approve it again. But it's already been allocated.
Okay, at this time, if nothing else from the council, we entertain a motion to consider the approval to purchase 8 vehicles. Motion?
I motion.
Motion by Councilmember Lipford, second. Second by Councilmember Aiken. All in favor, vote by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed have the same right. Seeing none, motion carried. All right, item number 4, Chief, consider approval to submit grant applications.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. This, usually I come before you after we've already received a grant, but this affects the budget moving forward over the next couple of years. So before I apply for this grant, I thought I would come before you and just kind of seek your guidance before I, put in the work. So what this is it's the cops hiring grant. In the past, you could hire up to 8 police officers. This year, they changed it to only 2. This is what we want to use it for is a place-based policing model. We want to assign these 2 officers, if the council does approve, to the Kinston Housing Authority. We want to put a 4-person team together, 2 existing officers and 2 new officers. They're going to assist with calls for service, foot patrols, community meetings, as well as youth outreach. When I got hired in January of 2001, we used to have a housing unit. Back then, we had 92 police officers. Today, we have 62 police officers. It's a much different police organization than what it was then. What we were trying to get that back, trying to get that housing community, the protection that they so deserve and they need. And these are things that people have asked us about when we have our Connect series, our PACE meetings, social media. They want people, police officers in housing. So we're just trying to meet that. Some goals are to reduce violent crime in housing, decrease repeated calls, and really just increase officer and community engagement, build relationships. It's very, very important for us to establish that. All right. So some financial parts of it. If you do approve us to move forward with applying, and let's say we do get awarded, we would not accept this until July of next year. So it would not affect this budget year. There'd be no effect whatsoever. The grant itself covers 75% of the salary and benefits per officer over a 3-year period up to $125,000. After the 3-year commitment, the city has to agree to commit for an additional 12-month or an additional year. So you'll have those officers for 4 years. I would think that after that time, we would keep those officers, but that would be up to the council. All right, the annual cost for a police officer today is $76,295. Around $51,000 of that is salary. The rest are benefits, Social Security, retirement, 401k, wellness benefit, those type of things. The grant itself will cover $41,667 per year over 3 years, which means the city would have to kick in an additional $34,629 per year for those 3 years. The total cost of the grant is $457,774. The grant will pay for $250,000 of it, and the city would pay $207,774. Those are the financial aspects of it. Several years ago, we agreed to temporarily freeze 7 positions at the police department with the goal of unfreezing them 2 at a time over the next 4 to 5 years. We did that a year ago. We did not do that this year. What I'm trying to do is find ways to save the city money, because what I'm going to do next budget year is request these 2 positions regardless. At least this way, it saves the city $250,000 over a 3-year period. I think it's a great opportunity to rebuild and put together a housing unit and put officers where they need to be at. I'll be more than happy to answer any questions you may have.
Thank you, Chief. Any questions from the council this time?
No question, Mr. Mayor. Just want to give the chief a heads up that we appreciate that effort to put those extra police officers in our community. It's well deserved. I know a lot of time we have council meetings that we have some people come and talk about we not having enough policing in those areas. So I'm glad that you're addressing this issue, and hopefully we can move forward.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Anybody else from the council? Chief, I do have a question about this being a housing issue, and I'm looking at the numbers here. And when we talk about the project cost $457,774, and the federal share being $250, and then the local match being $207. And I noticed that we have housing listed. I don't see them on this list.
Well, there's a lot more to it when it comes to that. We're working with the Housing Authority, and we're trying to seek some additional funding from them. Of course, they have a budget too, and they have people they have to answer to. They're board members. So that's something that in the future, hopefully between now and July, we would have some wiggle room in there. What I'm requesting is just to apply for this grant. Last year, we did apply for it. We were in the top, well, the last 10 of the departments to not get the grant. So we were really close last year, so I'm hoping they have some empathy and they award us this year.
Okay. So it's all us. Great job, Chief. Appreciate you. At this time, any more questions from the council? All right, I entertain a motion to consider approval to submit grant applications. Motion by Councilmember Hardy. Can I get a second?
Second.
Second by Councilmember Lipford. All in favor, vote by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed have the same right. Seeing none, motion carried. All right, let's move on to item number 5. Consider the approval of special event permit, the Legacy Memory Cares Back to School event at Emma Webb Park. Chief Goyette.
Yes, sir, thank you. This is a special event for August 22nd from 12 p.m. to 6 p.m. It's a back-to-school celebration event at Emma Webb. It should be a good event. We're going to be out there as well as some other departments throughout the community. We actually do have the insurance certificate holder. They just sent it to me today. So the city of Kinston, 207 East King Street, is listed as the certificate holder, and the hold harmless agreement's been signed, as well as the Parks and Recreation contract. So at this time, I just ask that we go ahead and approve this so they can have a great day, that particular day.
Okay. Thank you, Chief. Any questions from the council? No questions from the council? All right, at this time, we entertain a motion to consider approval of a special event permit for Legacy Memory Cares Back to School event at Emma Webb Park.
A motion.
Motion by Councilmember Hardy, second.
Lipford.
Second by Councilmember Lipford. All in favor, vote by saying aye. Aye. All opposed have the same right. Seeing none, motion carried. All right, item number 6, to consider the approval of a special event permit, Ambleside Community 5K. Chief Goyette.
Okay, thank you, sir. This is for Saturday, August 29th. It is a 5K foot race. It's going to be from 7:45 a.m. to 11 a.m. It's going to start at the Rotary Park, and they're going to cross King Street, run around the Nature Center, and then come back and cross over King Street again. Now, we are waiting on approval from DOT. Ambleside's working on that. They should get that in time, but I don't know if we're going to have a city council meeting between now and then, so I want to go ahead and present it to you all under a contingency that if we get what we need, we're going to get it. But what we're going to do is we're going to have 2 police officers at that particular event, so we'll stop traffic when they cross King Street. So that'll be good to go. The city of Kinston will be listed as the insurance certificate holder before we have this event. The hold harmless agreement has been signed, and at this time, I would just ask that under the agreement that DOT does approve and we get the insurance, that we do go ahead and allow this to take place.
Okay, thank you, Chief. Any questions from the council?
Chief, what time? Give me that time again.
7:45 a.m. is when they're going to gather. I assume around 8:15 is when they're going to take off, and it should be done around 11 o'clock.
Okay.
And we'll start and end at the Rotary Park.
Any more questions from the council? None? Okay, at this time, let's entertain the motion to consider approval of the special event permit for the Ambleside Community 5K. Motion by Councilmember.
Mr. Mayor, you gotta add something to
Right,
that.
I got you.
Subject to receipt of the necessary documents.
Subject to receiving the next contingent on receiving the necessary documents from the DOT approval, right, Chief?
Yes.
And the insurance certificate. All right. Motion by Councilmember Aiken, second.
Second.
Second by Councilmember Lipford. All in favor, vote by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed have the same right. Seeing none, motion carried.
Thank you.
All right, Chief, we got an add-on item for you on
You
here?
have an add-on. I just realized that. Okay, one more.
Yeah. Special event permit for Kinston Teens Sunday dinner.
Okay, thank you, sir. This is, I think, the 5th or 6th time I've come up here and asked for this. Different dates, obviously, but they've been doing this for about 2 or 3 years now. This is for Kinston Teens. It's the Sunday dinner. Everybody should be familiar with it. The dates are Sunday, August 16th, September 20th, October 18th, November 15th, December 20th, from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. There is a short area of Tower Hill that will be closed off between Tower Hill and Sampson, that area. But it's going to be a great opportunity to feed our community. There's going to be vendors out there. The city of Kinston is listed as the insurance certificate holder, and the hold harmless agreement has been signed. At this time, I just request that we go ahead and approve this special event moving forward.
Okay, any questions from the council? No questions at this time. We entertain a motion to approve the special event permit for the Kinston Teen Sunday Dinner.
My motion.
Motion by Councilmember Lipford, second.
Second.
Second by Councilmember Seaforth. All in favor, vote by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed had the same right. Seeing none, motion carried. Thank you, Chief. Okay, we're gonna move on down to, consider the approval of reappointment to the Kinston-Lenoir County Tourism Development Authority. Mr. Clark.
Mr. Attorney, I need to accuse myself from this vote.
The terms of these three positions have expired, and it's time for either a reappointment or to new applicants. These are the three applicants that we have on file today, and we would recommend that they are reappointed.
Okay, any questions from the council? At this time, I entertain a motion to consider the approval of the reappointment to the Kinston-Lenoir County Tourism Development Authority. Motion by Councilmember Aiken, second.
Second.
Second by Councilmember Lipford. All in favor, vote by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed had the same right. Seeing none, motion carried. Item number 2, Mr. Clark.
Okay, the next item we have is what the Neuse Regional Water and Sewer Authority Board of Directors, and the former city manager's term has expired on this. We have one applicant from Mr. Lipford, and we recommend making this appointment.
Mr. Attorney, I recuse myself from this vote.
Motion.
Okay, it's been properly motioned by Councilmember Aiken and second, properly motioned by Councilmember Hardy and second by Councilmember Aiken. All in favor, vote by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed had the same right. Seeing none, motion carried. All right, Les. Okay, at this time, we'll move on to citizen comments. Citizens' comments. Citizens must sign in before the start of the meeting if they wish to address the city council. Citizens should state their name and address before beginning their comments and may speak up for a maximum of 3 minutes. Citizens seeking assistance or asking questions will be contacted by a member of the governing body or appropriate city staff. Madam Clerk, do we have anyone for citizen comments?
Yes, sir. Ms. Latifah Irvine.
Ms. Irvine.
Good evening, Mayor and council members and members of our community. My name is Latifah Irvine. I'm the founder and CEO of Legacy Memory Care at Kinston and Living Legacy Adult Day Health Program. Thank you for allowing me the opportunity to speak this evening. I'm here to share some.
Hey, ma'am, you gotta give your address. I'm sorry.
Oh, I'm so sorry. 1406, East Shine Street, Kinston, North Carolina. Okay. I am here to share some exciting things happening in our community and to ask for your partnership and support. At Legacy Memory Care, our mission is to improve the lives of seniors, individuals living with Alzheimer's disease, dementia, and other forms of dementia, while providing resources and support to their families. Over the next several months, we will be hosting a series of community events designed to bring people together, to promote health and wellness, and to raise awareness, and to help expand services to our community most valuable citizens. Our upcoming events include Phase 1 raffle ticket sales, which is happening now. Tickets are just $1 and a grand prize of $500. Our first annual community block party and back to school at Emma Webb Park, which was just approved by council, so thank you, on October 22nd. And we are still welcoming food trucks, vendors, and community organizations. Phase 2 of our raffle begins on August 30th. A community car wash on September 4th at Advanced Auto Parts on Vernon Avenue, 301 West Vernon. Our Community Health Expo on October 1st at Living Legacy Adult Day Health Program at 1001 East King Street. A community yard sale on October 3rd at 1001 East King Street. And our Fall Festival and Trunk or Treat fundraiser on October 31st, also at 1001 East King Street. And lastly, on November 7th, our 4th annual Alzheimer's Awareness Gala and finale, raffle finale drawing will be also done that day, featuring the Renaissance Harlem Nights theme. Every dollar raised through those events goes directly back into our community. The funds will help expand our memory care space, creating a safer environment where residents can move freely, participate in meaningful activities, and experience a higher quality of life. They also will support education and awareness efforts surrounding Alzheimer's disease, dementia. And tonight, I respectfully ask the city council to support by helping us spread the word, attending our events, and encouraging community participation, and partner with us as we continue to serve the citizens of Kinston and Lenoir County. I also invite every member to the public to become involved, purchase a raffle ticket, volunteer, become a vendor, sponsor an event, or simply attend. Together, we can make a lasting difference in our seniors, caregivers, and their families. For raffle tickets and information, please contact myself or Melinda Clark. My number is 252-561-5066, and Melinda is 252-253-5518. Thank you for your time, your service, and to our community, and for your continued support. We look forward to seeing each and every last one of you at our upcoming events. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Irvin. Great work in our community. We appreciate you so much. Madam Clerk, do we have anyone else for citizen comments?
Mr. Milton Foster.
Mr. Foster. Going on, Milt.
Hi, I'm Milton Foster, 2326 Stallings Drive, Kinston. So last year, several of you made it out to the community cook-off that we had last year. It was a competition between the Sheriff's Department, the Police Department, EMS, Fire, and then also Caroline Medical Transport. Since then, it's kind of grown a little bit, and there's a nonprofit, County Kids, that's associated with it. We'll be doing the same cook-off again. I'd hope to see you guys all out there. There's going to be a ton of food to be given away. There's going to be bounce houses. There's going to be 500 book bags that we'll be giving away. It'll be on a first-come, first-served basis. And so really, the biggest thing that I need to do here is I need any assistance you can provide on making sure that the right kids get book bags. There's going to be a lot of school supplies. You know, I come from a single mother of three, and so I know exactly what it's like to not have the cool stuff or the new thing going into the school year. And if we can prevent that in some form or fashion, I think that's a win. The event will be on August the 15th. It'll be in the parking lot, 219 South Queen Street. We'll close off the parking lot. There'll be overflow parking and social services. We've already kind of spoke with them. And again, you know, this year we'll be fortunate to have the same competitors, but we'll also have possibly 2 competitors from Greenville. So it's continuing to grow there. Like I said, a ton of food. And then, you know, moving forward, we'll continue to have events and things like that for county kids. But, you know, I believe anytime you have a nonprofit or you want to start to do things, you need to kind of show a little bit before you start asking for a little bit. So any support you can have, you know, come out. We'll talk more about it then. But I just appreciate you guys. You guys are doing great. And I hope to see you guys August 15th. No, 1 o'clock, sorry. That's what time it'll start. It's all right. Judging will take place at 3. And I might need a judge or two, so if you're interested, please let me know. It'll be brisket for the judging.
Okay.
So, any questions?
Appreciate you.
I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Ms. Seafood?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Ms. Foster, I know you gave your brochure out at the Lenoir County Public
Yes, ma'am.
Schools meeting last night. Did that include, and I did get one, is your number on there for volunteers?
I don't know that my number's up there, but I will absolutely share my number with everybody. It's 252
Okay.
286 6482.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Look forward to seeing you.
Thank you.
Appreciate you so much, Milton. That's that downtown Kinston, Buddy Rich side of town. Great work those guys doing down there. Madam Clerk, do we have anyone else for citizen comments?
Liz Hinks. Okay.
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 Good deal.
Ms. Quala Blackwell.
Ms. Blackwell?
Marla Blackwell, 804 Chestnut Street. In our last concerned citizen meeting, you guys, there were some things that they wanted me to bring back here. The first one was, the last time we were here, the mayor was real disrespectful, cussing at our seat. They wanted to make sure that's our seat. They wanted you guys to address that. Nobody did. You guys are responsible, not just to us, but to each other. You know, I was put out of here for making a statement that didn't have any profanity in it. And if that warranted me being put out with no profanity, then the least he should do is apologize to the residents for cussing at you in our seat. The next problem we had was the director of who gets to decide what comes here for our kids made a statement of some residents being unsavory characters. When you're in a non-biased position, making that statement about anybody means that you probably shouldn't be in that position because you're judging. That is a judgmental statement. I don't care how you look at it. He owes an apology. And whether these kids are gangbangers, thugs, whatever, every time they go in these stores and buy something, they're helping the revenue in the city. They should not be looked upon as unsavory characters, even if they have a bad background. The next thing I want to direct you guys to is the General Statute 168, 81.1. That statute, clearly, we're talking about the public comments now. One person don't get to decide that. We're asking you guys, it says that you guys didn't just, the city manager talking to the legal municipalities today, the UNC law at Chapel Hill, talking to these guys, you guys can move it any way you want to, but bring it to the public and show us who voted on it. It says that the city manager and the mayor cannot make this decision without a vote from the council. We don't have a problem with it. If you remember, I came and asked you to do it in the beginning and the end. So we didn't have to wait 2 weeks to come and address you guys. I asked county commissioners the same thing. But even still, with me asking, you guys would have had to voted on it. What makes it different? Because it's the mayor and the city manager. They are paid people. That choice belongs to the elected officials, the governing body. Only you guys can change the way you do business. And if not, then Mr. Attorney showed me something different. I've asked. Nobody's responded. That's the last thing I'm going to talk about. Y'all may look at me as little me, but little me pay taxes, and y'all done sent me some taxes on somebody's property in my name. So you guys got to respond to me.
Madam Clerk, do we have anyone else with citizens' comments?
That's all, sir.
Thank you. At this time, we have the city manager's report.
Okay, Mr. Mayor, I first want to talk about the August 18th council meeting. And we have a conflict on that meeting with the elected city's annual meeting, which is held during that same time period. And we have 4 people from this council going. And at this point, I think that with 4 going, I would probably recommend just canceling the meeting and having just moving everything to the September 1st meeting, if that's okay with you, or if you'd like to reschedule. I know you've got a number of meetings already in your calendar for the rest of the month. Oh, I'm sorry. Any thoughts there? Oh, I think that, some way you have to make some decision, because I know 4 signed up for it, and if 4 signed up for it, we wouldn't have a quorum.
Right.
So if you want to cancel the meeting or reschedule.
Yeah. This time, what y'all think? I think we should cancel that meeting, so we all gonna be out of town. We won't have a quorum.
Mr. Mayor,
Go ahead.
I motion to cancel the meeting for the August 18th.
Okay. We got a motion to cancel the meeting. In a second. Council. Talk about it.
I second, because if there ain't gonna be nobody here,
Won't be a quorum. I mean,
we
legally-
know that 4 members are gonna be going out of town, so
Right.
we can't have a meeting because we won't have a quorum, so I second.
Okay, this has been properly motioned by Councilmember Lipford and second by Councilmember Hardy that we cancel the next scheduled meeting because we won't have a quorum. All in favor, vote by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed have the same right. Seeing none, motion carried.
Okay, the next item, Mr. Councilman Aiken asked about explaining the moving of the citizen comment. First of all, the city manager has no authority to determine what the agenda is. That's solely the discretion of the mayor. So this is a decision that was made and it was relayed to the clerk, and so it's not my decision to make that.
Okay. Done, Ralph?
I'm through.
Okay. Mr. Attorney.
I have one matter. Mayor and council, at the last meeting, you approved an extension agreement with the interim manager, and just wanted to let you know that has been drafted. The only provisions were the extension of the term and the adjustment in compensation. There were no other changes. That's been drafted, and it was approved at the last meeting, so I'll be presenting that to you tonight before you get away to get signatures.
Okay. Thank you. Right. Go to council, Ms. Seaforth.
Okay. I don't know if this is in order, but it was mentioned about the meeting that's going to be canceled, who has the authority to do it. So do we need to let them know who has the authority to change the agenda? In other words, let the public know, so they won't have to wonder if they come to a meeting and the agenda has been changed.
Ms. Seaforth, I might be able to address that.
Sir.
The agenda is initially prepared by consultation between the manager and the mayor. At least that's typically been the process. But the agenda is not the agenda until you approve it. And the fourth item on the agenda tonight is adoption of the agenda. So that is the council approval of the agenda. It's not final until you say it's final.
Thank you.
Okay, anyone else from the council? Ms. Hardy.
Of course, I always got something to say. Yeah, I just want to thank the staff for their hard work during this trying times we've been going through lately. And I always want to recognize the police department, our fire department, and our recreation department. We had some issues with some of the recreation facilities, and I want to thank Scott and his team for jumping on it as quick as they did to solve the problem, because we want to make sure our kids have places to play and have a good time. And we, like we said, we did some experimenting with the extending the pool hours. I've been out there for the last couple of Wednesdays, and after 5 o'clock, we may have 4 or 5 people in the pool. But we still doing our due diligence and trying to make sure that the public have places to play and things to do while school is out. So I just want to thank Scott and his team for their hard work, and I want to thank the council for, we've been through some tough times lately, and we sticking together and trying to make things happen and do the right thing for the citizens of Kinston. So just let everybody know, sometimes you have to be patient with us, because we have hurdles that we got to go over, and we got hills we got to climb too. So just hang in there with us till we get this thing done.
Thank you, Pearl. Sam?
Mr. Mayor, I had this discussion with the chief at the last meeting, but today is National Night Out. When you go home on the news tonight, you might see different cities celebrating National Night Out. That's McGruff, the Crime Stopper Dog, and people getting together doing different outdoor, indoor activities. Chief, Police, can you, Goyette, can you just expound when we move our date again to?
Yeah, it'll be Monday, October 5th. It will be the National Night Out, and this will be the third year, I think, that we've switched to the October date.
And this will be held at Pearson Park again?
No, sir, it'll be held at Southeast.
At Southeast this year,
Yes.
okay? Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Sam. Les?
I just want to say thanks. I want to thank the council and the department heads for, working together and trying to get this right. Some things y'all might not think is right. It's just that we got laws that we got to go by. A lot of people in the community always, I guess they got their own version of what's going on, but to be transparent, we up here working together and try to make for all, not just one set or one side of town. It's for the whole Kinston. And I just want to thank you. Appreciate it.
All right, thank you, Les. I'd also like to thank our staff and our team for taking the hard shots. Y'all are exactly where the rubber meets the road at. So, we're aware of that. Sometimes there's a false narrative about what we actually do down here. So it was our decision to realign the meeting so that the needs of the people meet the meetings that we're having, so that you don't get a bunch of false narratives out here. You got the comments closer to when we can comment back, to when you guys can respond. I have no doubt that we have a staff here and a team that's competent that'll get the answers out here. If we don't get them right in this meeting, they'll probably have them for you within 24 hours. So it makes it a lot easier for you guys to get the information that you need here so you don't leave here confused and go on Facebook and try to figure out what's what. We run this meeting. We got it. And I know what the UNC School of Government say. We've been there. So trust me, we got your best interest at heart. So it's important that you guys understand what's really going on. So maybe you got a question that while the staff is giving a briefing on something that you didn't think about. So at the end of the meeting, you get a chance to bring that up versus saying, man, I don't get a chance to speak right now. Because normally at the end of the meeting, you guys are just listening. Y'all be out there with your hands up, and we can't acknowledge you because of the rules. It's not that you're right because you stand at the podium and say something. It don't mean you're right. Trust me. They come in here and lie all the time. I'm the mayor. Y'all voted for me to tell the truth and to stand up for you, so I'm telling you the truth. So we're going to stop that lying in City Hall. Period, point blank. You ain't got to like it, but you got to deal with it for 4 years. So with that being said and done, I entertain a motion to adjourn.
I motion.
Oh, that's right. We got a recess until August the 11th at 9 o'clock back at City Hall. Motion.
I motion to recess.
Motion by Councilmember Lipford. Second. Second by Councilmember Hardy. All in favor, vote by saying aye. Aye. All opposed have the same right.
Thank you.
Recess.
Yeah.